I'm not tweeting it out because I'm not your fucking lapdog. That's why I'm not tweeting it out.
So this is all just an act of defiance against your dad? Is that what you're saying? That Ethan is in the same, like, position to you as an authority figure?
There isn't a single person that I respect who would give a fuck if I publicly said that Ethan and Hila are great with their kids.
Okay, so then you don't respect H3. There, boom. You just answered it. He doesn't respect H3. He doesn't respect Ethan or Hila. Is that it? That's all this video comes down to, really. It's just who slighted Idubbbz first? Is it this group that he's hanging out with? Or the other group that he hangs out with a little less?
Little Dubbbz. We call him Little Dubbbz because his dubs are tiny. He's got tiny dubs, and he's got big L's.
I kind of wanted to do this because I think this is basically like the last day you could possibly be relevant talking about the Idubbbz drama until there's something else that comes out. Like if you were talking about Ethan's response, you probably have like another week. But I don't really see a way for this to like continue being relevant. This specific video, unless there's something in there that's crazy. So let's try it. I have seen this once. No, I've seen this like 3 times through watching other streamers. I think I have a unique perspective because I liked Idubbbz through his change for the most part. I didn't really care about Creator Clash. But I liked his squirrel videos. I didn't really care about... Here's the point where I dropped off.
What do you...
Shut up. The point where I dropped off was, I think... I think I watched all of these videos. This isn't my normal browser, but I think I watched basically everything. I didn't watch this one. I didn't watch 2 of these, and I kept watching, so... I think a few of these. I gotta say, the point where I was like, this guy's messed up, I didn't watch that one either. Anything to do with Creator Clash, I didn't watch from his side. Really. The only thing the thing that really got me to stop caring was the ants on a log video. That's the point where I'm like, okay, this guy sucks. Because I was like, I don't know, I don't remember. I think it was like 10 or 12 whenever I started watching Idubbbz. I was like, so funny. I was like in that early, like the birth of the drama sphere. I watched Scarce and Pyrocynical and a few other people. Then I dropped out and whenever I had to go to college because I had to work on stuff, and then I came back recently, only to find out that Idubbbz is back. Also, let's look at his most popular videos, right? I was kind of expecting this. His most popular stuff isn't even Content Cop, which is really funny. Although this one probably has like the highest like speed rate of getting views compared to any of his other videos. But like, look at this. In his top 30 is his food review with H3H3. That's crazy. I'll be dropping little bits of context throughout this video. I don't want to give myself away that much. Wait, what? What's YouTube maximum damage? Bad Empanada? Yeah, I saw that. Well, I don't know if it was Bad Empanada. I haven't seen that specifically, but I do know that Ethan got mailed human skulls. I wouldn't be surprised if there's other stuff that he got mailed and we haven't seen. Oh. What is this? Oh, maximum damage is his podcast. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I've only gotten clued back into Idubbbz with this drama.
Too far, because they have mobilized such an insane...
Wait, what clip is he watching?
Surprisingly dangerous. Consider
in our defense, like,
So
actually,
it skips.
Ethan's not
He's
a
watching
baby
2
killer.
clips.
Actually, accusing Ethan of killing his dog is maybe too far, because they have mobilized such an
That is
insane...
crazy. Okay, because like, I love this. This is so insane. We're not even 20 seconds in. This is insane. So like, there's this thing later about Ethan is only, or Ian is like, oh, we're light friends. We're not really friends. We're like acquaintances. But they've like lived together. They've lived at the same house for like a couple days, I think. He knows how important Shredder is and Ethan's dog. And so he intros with a clip about Ethan being upset about people saying that he killed his dog. Dude, wait, I just realized how crazy that is.
Harassment group that anybody who says any fucking thing,
Okay.
they will attempt to ruin their lives. And once again, I'm the crazy one. It's not bad enough that I have this group of people.
Okay, wait, what was crazy there? That's like, okay, I thought there would be a clip. Like, I remember in my head, oh, there's a clip of Ethan being deranged. That's what starts this. No, there's not. It's literally just Ethan kind of being a little overboard about caring about his dog.
What we do here is go back.
Which is funny, because later on, there's Noah Samson. I can't believe I got him instantly. There are so many clips of Ethan being deranged about Noah Samson. I think there's like a lot of behind the scenes stuff we don't know about. But like he could have pulled from there. Whoa, the content cop is back, guys! And he knows karate! Oh god, I wish I prepped it. Oh shit. Wait, there's an image. Oh god, I'm never gonna be able to find it. No, the photo is still up. Okay, this photo, it's going on the screen. Does anybody notice what kind of sword he has? Does anybody notice the sword that he has? I love this so much. Yeah, Palestine, whatever, dude. Oh no. That's not good. That's kind of weird. He has a Swazi? Okay. So I know all the excuses, right? I have been there. I've seen like, oh, it's a Bankai, it's a Manji. I think a Bankai, I don't know what the difference is really between a Bankai and a Manji. I don't really care. Can we get this the same? I think that's fine. Yeah, behind the soy jack. Hassan calls it a Swazi sword. I'll pull up the clip. Wait, can I get it? Oh, no, Hassan responded?
You know what's funny? I genuinely think that Sam Hyde broke Ian. And when he told me,
I was talking about.
I remember I was watching Nick to Oreo.
Right-wing guy.
And
vicious
I remember his thing is like the hardest part about watching Hassan clips is he doesn't say anything for like half the thing. Okay, where's the sword? Give me to the sword.
I don't even fuck with Bleach like that, but it's
What is the response?
It's hard to take out though because it's got like the. No, I'm not holding here. It's how you're supposed to hold it. Remember?
Yeah.
Come on,
okay.
chat. Remember.
Can we speed this up?
And this way you can't even do this.
Being anti-Israel.
It's longer.
Israel.
Wait, what?
Because it gets stuck.
Yeah, this sword is the Chicago Bulls hat of being anti-Israel.
Okay, wait, no, but you literally call it the Swazi sword.
Dug up moments of you saying you don't even like Bleach.
Oh no, is he watching the entire VOD? Okay, I'm not watching that. Whoa. That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. That's insane. Lower this a little more, I don't need to see this on ceiling. 5. There we go. Let's do that.
Ethan.
Wait, he has freckles? Whoa.
Wakey, wakey, Ethan. Wake.
Did you just like pull Hassan out of like a can? Wait. Did you just pull Hassan out of like a sunbathing session? Why is dude? He looks so sweaty. He looks greasy.
Wake up. Time to be awake, Ethan.
Oh, also, what happened to his tooth? Was that after Creator Clash? I keep focusing on that because it's like the one part that's super shiny. Also, that's racist. You can't do that.
Wake up, Ethan.
This is no longer a dream. This is a nightmare. Wake up.
Ethan, the dumb bitch is telling you to wake up.
Whoa, you can't say that, dude.
Wake up.
Ethan, wake up.
Wake up.
Dude, okay, I had such a hard time finding a clip for this. I don't care about this intro. It's not even good. We're skipping it. It's just a bunch of like, whatever.
Wake up.
Wake up.
Wake up.
There's a clip of them, of all these people just like getting voiced over, and it was really fucking funny, and I wish I could find it.
Yummy, I love Sabra hummus.
Wait, did she do an accent?
Wake up.
Did Frogan just do an accent? Racisms?
Yummy, I love Sabra hummus.
Yeah, she actually did do an accent. What's the excuse? I'm Muslim, I can do it. I can do a Levant accent. Yeah, what is with that? I still don't get that. Why did he fucking talk about Mr. Beast? Or not even talk about him? There is no joke here. There is no humor. Who cares? Is Ethan secretly super best friends with Mr. Breast? Also, could have picked a better song for that, let's be real. How are you a boxer and having this much struggle time on ripping open a shirt?
A content cop on
oh,
H3.
he's not a boxer.
It
He
very
actually
stupid
quit.
Even saying that. H3 content cop Idubbbz. Ethan Klein's out of control. And then
who said that? Wait, what?
H3 content cop Idubbbz. Ethan Klein's out of control.
Is he making fun of
And then you should
Pyrocynical
do a
there?
content cop on Hassan Piker.
Because he's doing like the
Content
fake
cop
deep
on
voice, fake
Sargon
British
of
voice.
Akkad. If I would imagine this in 2016, I would have been.
Wait, who? Wait. Okay, wait. He says Ethan
out of
Klein.
control. And then you should do a content cop on Hassan Piker.
Yeah, okay, that would be balanced. That'd be fair.
Content cop on Sargon of Akkad.
Why would you do a clip on Sargon? Sargon hasn't been relevant in fucking like 5 years since he made the Lotus Eaters, since he got banned.
If I would imagine this in 2016, I would have been like, oh yeah, if I ever do that, it's gotta be because I lose the plot. Well, it turns out.
Wait, why?
It's not me losing
Why would
the
you
plot.
lose the?
It's Ethan.
Why would
He's
that?
the one.
No, why would that be insane for him to do that? We get through like an hour of this, and like none of these are good reasons, right? I think there's like one decent reason he gives for like an H3 response video, but not like an hour long. I don't think there's you can like if it was the Gokanaru video and it was like 5 years ago, that would be probably very good timing. If it's now, what the fuck?
One who fucking attacked
And it is now.
first.
It's
My
about a
good
week ago.
fucking friends who I stood by after all these fucking years can't find a spine to speak up.
So go fuck
So
yourself.
true.
I
So
agree.
true.
All right, guys, I'm going to
go,
tell you
girl.
a story about Ethan Klein. I know some of you have been following him, but there's a lot of people who might not be
I don't
familiar
follow him. I don't want to show my actual account, but I am not following Ethan.
with the background.
Okay, look. I don't think Ethan's funny. I don't like Ethan that much. Like, he's probably like a fine person, but I don't find his content entertaining. It's not my type.
His podcast with what's been going on over the past couple of years.
Although I do have to stand in solidarity with him because he does have a gamer neck now.
So Ethan, as you know, is a content creator who has a podcast where he says all sorts of outrageous stuff. Sometimes it's fun, sometimes it's fucked up. He's had shows with all sorts of different controversial characters. He's had a show with Trisha Paytas. He's had a show with Hassan Piker. In doing so, he's gathered a ton of different
Should I turn him
audiences.
down? I think I should turn him down here.
With Hassan, Leftovers,
I might be too quiet.
would mostly talk
Do that.
about surface level progressive shit and make fun of.
Okay, so he doesn't mention it. So like I think all podcasts after like a year or two reach this inevitable point where either one, people don't want to show up anymore because it's become so boring and regular, or two, it just becomes an outlet for whatever they're thinking at the time. And there's like this, what do you call it? A singularity point for podcasts where they just become super boring, and they're usually carried by like one or two people. That's why I think Tommy leaves podcasts. I actually think Tommy C is very good on his own, or like whenever he's like the domineering voice in a video. But with like Baited, whenever he was fighting with Keem, the fighting was funny, but I don't know, it kind of felt like I haven't seen Baited in a while. Okay, it's been years. Actually, it's been like weeks since they did the I'm Alex one. But at a certain point, a lot of podcasts start to feel phoned in. Charlie's did. I feel like Kaya and the Hugbees guy kind of kept it going, but they also didn't like each other, so yeah, it's whatever.
Right-wingers.
And you're telling me he didn't...
Or they might have, but they like they had argumentative
as 100
opinions.
shavers use trans women. I say, oh no!
Wait, no. Is Sean the Black... Wait, fuck, moving the wrong image. Is Sean the Black, is he wearing Ethan's hat in this image?
And it was mostly that until they actually had to reckon with a very serious
surface level
topic. I would say that Hassan was very well equipped to talk about that topic.
Wait, no, this is wrong. This is actually wrong as frick. This is frickin' wrong, dude. This is... Okay. The real thing that jump-started their, like... That you could see the sparks that lit the tinder into their eventual fight wasn't actually Israel versus Palestine. It was Taiwan versus China. And it was this argument that they had over like re-education and Ethan trying to like pinprick, trying to figure out exactly where Hassan's beliefs lie. And I think that's really the point where things started to like the wall started to form between them. Because I also think, yeah,
Palestinian people living in the West Bank are subject to these horrific conditions, horrific living conditions by the state of Israel, America's greatest ally and the only democracy in the Middle East.
This is him on the Young Turks.
Republicans and even liberals.
Well, the dance he invented was so kick-ass.
Okay. So, like, yeah. Okay, Ethan's not keyed in, and Hassan is slightly more keyed in. Like, there's so many reasons that his old personality worked more. Literally worked more. He just uploaded on a way more consistent basis whenever he was, like, play racist. Or play edgy, whatever. He was just able to make videos on a consistent basis. But now, even if you do think he's funny, and I don't, it's like, where's the videos? And it's like, also, like, who the fuck cares about Ants on a Log? Who cares about the best playground set tier list? I think it's hilarious that this guy says that he's matured. Like, Ian says that he's matured so much, and he's talking about fucking Cheez-Its and playground tier lists. Like, yeah, old Ian was way better. I feel like the one drawback of saying slurs is worth, like, all the other positives that he had going for him at the time. Just get rid of the slurs. Just bleep them out. I don't know. Whatever.
It was all disgusting.
I don't know if you can make that joke in 2021.
Why?
It's insensitive to burn victims.
I think it's a... It was
maybe a war crime. It literally is.
It was just eating the toppings. And the pizza looked like a burned victim. It was all disgusting.
I don't know if you can make that joke in 2021.
That's a kind of edgy joke. Whatever.
I think it's a good analogy. It's a powerful image.
Ethan was not prepared for this. Ethan, the whole time, is more of the goof guy, and that's fine.
Goof guy.
You know, we don't expect Ethan to be an expert on the topic. Ethan was obviously...
Okay, here's what's funny, right? So solidly he could say that Ethan is the goof guy, but every single time Hassan makes a flub, it's a goof. I don't... Like, he has the bonsai sword, he has the Willie Mack debate, he has, whenever Hassan was, like, a Destiny, what are those fucking fish called? The one that stick to sharks? Whenever he was one of those. Whenever he was a parasite, as Andrew Ryan would say. He's just goofing, guys. He's just goofing. But he's not the goof guy. And yet, anytime Ethan... I don't think Ethan's really, like... had an action that he's gone back on. Like, he's definitely said things, but he's, like, feeling out. That's probably something good about Ethan's personality, is he like kind of feels out like what other people around him are feeling. Maybe that makes him indecisive or less brash, which might be good for content or whatever. But he acknowledges what his friends say. Doesn't feel like Ethan Hassan does.
Caught in this tricky situation where
it doesn't feel like Ethan has like this huge list of stuff that he regrets.
he is extremely sympathetic to the
At least it's not as
Israeli
long as
cause
Hassan's.
and what's happening to them. His wife's Israeli. She served in the IDF.
Or mistakes,
He
not
obviously
regrets. I don't know.
likes the state of Israel. On the other hand, he's
no? Wait.
was obviously caught in this tricky situation where he is extremely sympathetic to the Israeli cause and what's
No? I'm pretty sure there are many times where Ethan explicitly says he is not sympathetic to the Israeli cause.
happening to them. His wife's
What's happening to them? Is anything happening to the Israeli people right now? Like, I assume that the conflict was pretty one-sided.
Israeli. She served in the IDF. He
As like a
obviously
secretary.
likes the state of Israel. On the other hand, he's
No, he doesn't like the
in
state of
IDF.
Israel.
He obviously likes
He likes
the
Israeli
state of Israel.
people,
On the
but I
other
don't know
hand,
if
he's just
if I
got
could
done
say
catching-
like, oh, he agrees with every single policy they have. Isn't there a video of Ethan going to Israel and he's like disparaging like a lot of stuff about the situation of Jerusalem or whatever?
Featuring a massive progressive audience who are very
Look, I'm American. I know a lot of countries. They all only have one city, and Israel is Jerusalem.
politically savvy. They follow Hassan. Hassan is strictly a political streamer. So this is something they're very...
He's not strictly a political streamer. He's also like oh, what is it called? It's like those people who go out into the streets and like film themselves doing stuff. Hassan streams himself going out and like he's at a convention. He's at a protest, which sure, that's political, whatever. But he can just be like walking around talking with his friends, or he's like on with other people. He collabs with a lot of people, right? So he's not exclusively a political streamer.
Keyed into. So when they see Ethan say things that are...
Also, you can see the script reflecting in his eyes. I don't want to watch another content cop, like one of the old ones, because I feel like I might get taken down for it just by Autobots. But I'm pretty sure Ethan would cut out the sections of him looking at the script. Like, I think you could see it behind him in some videos, but here he's just obviously reading off.
just like not accurate.
There's a
and it's
personal
just
preference. I don't
propaganda,
like it.
They're gonna call it out.
From the river to the sea essentially means the state of Israel is going bye-bye.
So this massive progressive audience that Ethan has...
Wait, what was
you
wrong
know,
with that?
Call it out.
From the river.
They follow Hassan. Hassan is strictly a political streamer. So this is something they're very keyed into. So when they see Ethan
Who's
say
they? Hassan's audience?
things that are just like not accurate and it's just propaganda.
Wait, not accurate,
they're
not
gonna call it out.
propaganda?
From the river to the sea essentially means the state of Israel is going bye-bye.
Wait. That's true, though, isn't it? Am I crazy? Alright. Let's get the show on the road.
So this massive progressive audience that Ethan has, adopted
back.
over the years, they're becoming increasingly critical of his position because now he's talking about it not on Leftovers. He's now talking about it on his podcast.
What I want to do is show you guys how I see Israel, because you don't see that when you listen to Hassan and you hear all these fucking left.
So, Israel again blocks Gaza aid for the risking lives. Yeah, okay. There's a few things. One, why is the clip here of Ethan? This should be showing like Reddit or something else, because the point is that his viewers do not like Ethan. Not Ethan doesn't like Ethan. This is like basics. It's basic cinema. Come on, this is like cinema 101. Two, they're literally at war. It's called a siege, bro. You ever read a book? You ever play EU4? Come on.
Like mega lefties talking about it like it's some super racist, like crazy, like Jim Crow style of society. Like, I can't wait to show you guys.
The other day, BB fired a really good guy that
I mean, what's the disagreement with that? Wait, what's the These are two separate topics. These are two separate things. It's like, one, they're at war, and two, Israelis or Palestinians are getting mistreated in Israel. They're two different countries. So is the argument that they're committing acts that you think are bad in war and potentially war crimes? Or is it they're treating Palestinians bad at home? Can you prove either one, Idubbbz? Hassan might be able to. Hassan's the political guy. But Idubbbz definitely isn't.
So Ethan is having this back and forth.
Oh, also, yeah, that was they already apologized for that. Hila apologized for saying that thing about the guy. And you'd be like, ah, she said it. So she took it back. Is Hila? Wait, no, that's crazy. Dude. Brain blast. Hila is not allowed to take back what she said about the guy, but Idubbbz is allowed to take back, like, 6 years of slurs. Yeah, okay, buddy. Alright, dude.
Forth with his liberal audience, leftist people online, progressive content creators, Hassan, all of these different people. He's finding new people every day, basically, to get in fights with.
Of all people, this guy, Matt Lieb. Frogan and Denims and all these dipshits. And everybody thinks this guy's awesome, apparently. Even though he looks like Milhouse.
I don't know who that guy is. I don't know who
Denims, by the way, was the real villain of the video. Evil, hateful, fucking... And I'll say it and I'll double down on it. And people, oh no,
again,
and it's
again, he's criticizing him for saying something that he takes back. Idubbbz, you're the guy who is trying and has actively been trying for like 3 years to take back all of the horrible things with massive quotation marks that you think you did. Wow, what a double standard.
All culminated, at least for my story, in Ethan burning bridges with people until he burned the bridge with me. Since Ethan and Hassan's falling out,
let's be clear here. Ethan really only burned a bridge with one person. And well, I guess like 2 people. It's like Frogan and Hassan. Who else did he really burn a bridge with? The only person I can think of... I have no idea about Bad Empanada. I actually don't know anything about the Bad Empanada stuff.
To say, maybe if Ethan's able to get some help, maybe if he stops harassing other creators, maybe if he...
Ethan only burned a bridge with like 2 people, maybe 3, that I can think of. It's Frogan and Hassan. I can't think of anybody else that he really burned a bridge with besides people that burned him first. If that makes sense. And arguably that is what happened with Hassan and Frogan.
Does these things, eventually he'll find peace and we can like rekindle our friendship. So that's been my approach. I've occasionally thrown a joke Ethan's way in the form of Hassan Piker versus Ethan Klein for boxing.
I like Idubbbz. He's a good guy, but...
So this is a joke? I didn't know that this was a joke, actually. Maybe that one, but like...
I don't like this tweet. It's stupid. It's not a fucking petty beef. It's like, this guy is evil and he's doing anti-Semitism.
I remember this because there was an argument that not even an argument. It was more like, it was like, hey, if Idubbbz really wants to puff this up and he's looking for new fights, why doesn't he get people who really don't like each other? And I don't see a reason for Ethan Klein to fight Hassan Piker. I don't think they share nearly that much hatred of each other. Like, why not? This is I don't really think they should fight. It would be funny, but I'm not sure how I feel about a fight. Why not get fucking Hassan, right? Or get Hassan to fight Sam Hyde. That's the thing that everyone wants. And that might be unrealistic. But if you're tweeting a joke tweet, that's the thing. This is the thing that blows my mind. If it's a joke tweet, why didn't you say something funny? Huh? Yeah, I don't know. I'm just whatever. So I'm trying to add an image. Image 2. There we go.
He's way out of my weight class.
He didn't like
He is
that,
way out of his
but
weight class,
fucking sometimes you gotta just throw something out there.
So why didn't you throw out anything with Sam Hyde? Because that would have been funny. Why not throw like Anissa versus the fake girl that Sam Hyde hired? That could have been a joke. I don't know.
I used to work with this video editor named Froggy Tonic. I discovered him because he was in the circles online that I was in. And one of those circles is an H3 fan.
I'm
he
pretty
watched
sure,
Ethan's content.
if I remember
he liked
correctly.
Ethan's content, and
Oh wait, one, Ethan just admitted to being an H3 fan. Two, which one? Cringe. Two, I'm pretty certain he underplays the absolute shit out of this.
until he didn't like Ethan's content. There would be an occasional
I
Froggy
shouldn't cover
tweet
up
where I'd be
the
like, I
thing.
agree with that, you know? Like, I'm not gonna endorse it, I'm not gonna retweet it or like it, but fair enough.
I guess I just missed my old friend. Some wings are too bird feathered, colored.
Okay.
That brings us to February 28th of this year. Now, my former editor of a year and a half ago did say
Actually, it's
some
not a leap year,
truly
so it only went to
mean
February
shit.
27th.
He called Hila the C word. He said they're trying to kill their dog with cheddar cheese and a bunch of other
Okay, but she retracted that.
shit, I'm sure.
Wait, let's see those again. Hila, how do you think you are morally above us all when you're just judging people based on where they're from? Okay, dude, Palace. Oh, okay, this is funny. Have you guys ever heard of a thing called Farfour? I'm not gonna play it. This is actual. I don't even want to type it. Farfour Mickey. There's literally a kid show about like how you should sacrifice yourself for a greater cause or whatever. So one, incorrect. Two, Farfour is kind of funny. Wait, Farfour is dead?
Fun story. Farfour is dead. Poor Farfour. Farfour, of course, was the Mickey Mouse-like character on Hamas TV. It's actually Al-Aqsa TV. It's run by Hamas in the Palestinian territories. He was a lovable little character. He looked a lot like Mickey Mouse, had a high-pitched voice, and he said such things as, "You and I are laying the foundations for a world led by Islamists. We will return."
The Young Turk himself is denouncing it. So, yeah, no, they actually did. That was actually kind of a problem that a lot of people wanted to solve. Two, oh, this is just the same tweet twice. Idubbbz, you're editing. This is why you make videos. You're rusty. And you're not Rusty Cage either.
Kill their dog with.
Just learned 2 years before Ethan's dog death, some H3 fans voiced concerns. Ethan declined the advice. Fast forward, dog dies of kidney failure. Oh yeah, that sucks. Maybe he should have heeded some advice, but like, I'm pretty certain he didn't kill the dog.
Cheddar cheese and a bunch of other shit, I'm sure. Ethan, at some point, discovers that Idubbbz's former editor says this horrendous shit about him and Hila. But no one's asking the question, where does Ethan get this information from?
Wait, there was another thing there I missed. He doubles down. I watched them for 10 years, love the show, no one else to blame but current insanity. We all know Ethan is unchecked. If you watched him for 10 years and loved it, one, love is a like, but unconditional. Two, I gotta stop with the numbers. I think like most of my points I did like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. So two, you really broke over something that Hila took back like the next podcast. I remember this drama because this is kind of, I think, whenever things were starting to ramp up, and that's kind of whenever I jumped in.
Him and Hila. But no one's asking the question, where does Ethan get this information from? You see,
dude, I'm like not even 10 minutes through. It's been like an hour.
If Ethan was discovering this content by scrolling through Twitter looking for something to upset himself with.
Bro.
He has maybe set it up in such a way
Bro,
where he's
wait, was that
looking
all
for
one
something
account?
to upset himself with.
It looks like those are all replies
in
to
such a way
something.
where his employees feel the need to send him
That's
this
crazy.
information. And that would be horrible. They shouldn't be doing that. They should be sending you things that are entertaining for your show that don't fucking trigger the hell out of you. Why is there so much work being put into discovering this guy?
I don't even
on
understand the
Trigger
point he's
Act
making. That's
to
why
set-
I'm
he has
trying to
maybe set it
process
up
what
in
he's
such a
saying.
way where his employees feel the need to send him this information. And that would be horrible. They shouldn't be doing that. They
Wait,
should be
why?
sending you things that are entertaining for your show that don't fucking trigger the hell out of you.
Maybe that's
Why
your
is there so
content.
much
Maybe you
work
have trigger
being put
content.
into discovering this guy on Twitter who's barely
That's Idubbbz literally used to encourage that, or in his mail time openings. What are you talking about? First off, you can, if that's the type of content you're going for, and that's what you request from your employees, that's what they're getting paid to do, you can do whatever you want, as long as it doesn't violate a labor law or like general moral compass stuff, okay? 2, I did it again.
getting any interactions, linking him to me and posting on the Reddit when there's no work
You linked yourself to him by hiring him as your editor. You're the one who linked him to you.
being put into. Who the fuck is the person on the Reddit who's
Icarus
posting this in
Drowned.
the first place? If you do a little bit of research, it seems like it's an account whose intention is to make Ethan crash out. One of the users on the Snark Reddit
I didn't catch this in my original watch of the video, but if you just send somebody negative information about something they care about, that's not causing them to crash out. That's actually not exactly what that is. Instead, simply creating the bad information that gets sent is typically more effective and the actual cause of a crash out. I had to get that in there.
points this out. They're like, I've seen this account before.
I'm gonna go.
This
I'm
account
gonna
has
find that
scraped
account. I might have the
its
clip I'm
history,
looking for because I was
and it's
looking
now
for a
trying
clip.
to make Ethan burn
Reddit.
bridges. This is within Ethan's own
Icarus
community.
Drowned.
Like, this is the thing.
I'm gonna see if he
that
got, like,
needs to
if
be
he,
critical of. It's not me. So yes, I am willing to admit that my former
If you
editor
type
was
in-
being very.
If you type in Reddit Icarus Drowned, the first thing that comes up is like r/schizophrenia. No, I'm looking for the literal account. Wait, okay, wait. So do I have to go to Reddit? I'm not a Redditor. I don't know how to use Reddit that much. That's crazy. So this guy just like randomly got this guy actually is like this guy is printing money for Nick Oreo actually through all of his other stuff. But let's look at this. So this is Icarus Drowned. For the record, I'm not a Destiny fan. It just links randomly to some guy. So if we look for, there's the X button. There's the other X button. Not new, not old one. Not new, not old one. This account? Actually, you know what? It's probably a bad idea to go through random people's Twitter.
Nasty,
Reddit. So let's not do that.
uncharitable, and fucked up towards Ethan and Hila on Twitter. But Ethan and Hila are doing the same shit on their podcast. So I don't want to fucking hear it.
Terrorist supporter.
The CEO of Twitch.
Pedophile.
Now I'm going to watch and
Wait.
respond to Hila and fucked up towards our editor was being very nasty, uncharitable, and fucked up towards Ethan and Hila on Twitter. But Ethan and Hila are doing the same shit on their podcast. So
Are they?
I don't want to fucking hear it.
Terrorist supporter.
That's a political opinion. That's in a different realm. Okay. That's in a very different realm in, like, etiquette than personally insulting somebody's life.
The CEO of Twitch.
Pedophile.
Okay, that's a little more, but play the rest of the clip.
Now I'm going to watch.
Okay. Basically, every single time Ethan does that, literally everyone in this show says, "Bro, stop. Do not call him that." And he's like, "It's just a joke." And he's like, "You gotta stop it." So it's played as a joke. It's not him saying it. It's a lot of the reaction from his crew. It's like it's a shock humor thing. And you can say that it's bad. And yeah, maybe there is. Maybe he does genuinely think that. I don't know. But if so, if it is a joke, it's not that bad because the joke isn't him saying it. It's the crew reacting. And if he does genuinely think that, why does he think that? Why is it wrong? One of the funny things is that if you listen to their podcast, Ethan and Anissa obviously watch drama YouTubers. They seem to hate watch them. They know who all these people are. They know like Turkey Tom, Nick Dorio. I think have they mentioned Augie? I don't know. They know Hassan, obviously. He's basically a drama tuber whenever there's a slow politics day. They know Of Destiny. They know all about like drama. And yet Idubbbz, the guy who basically reinvented drama after Leafy, is doing this so poorly.
Watch and respond to the 2 podcast streams where Ethan and Hila call us spineless cowards.
Anyway, this guy was saying shit like that he was a Nazi, that she killed kids, that
something
she
in reaction to you
IDF
something?
baby killer, all this types
That's
of shit.
something.
And that's showing up right up on Anissa's and Idubbbz feed. My good fucking friends who I stood by after all these fucking years can't find a spine to...
Why does Ethan just have a can of salt on his desk? Is he drinking salt water? What? What?
Speak up. You know why? Because they'll get murdered.
You don't know what's on my feed. What the fuck is happening? For all you know, I only use the For You tab. For all you know, I only use lists. For all you know, I'm seeing these things tweeted out by my editor.
No, dude, the easy response is, I don't really use my Twitter. I use it for promotional stuff. I don't look at my Twitter. I don't look at anything. I only send things and follow people to look good because I'm a YouTuber. That's like the easiest fucking thing to say. Unless he does like stuff. Oh, no, wait, actually, Idubbbz did literally post in response. I think he's embarrassed of it. Wait, I'll find the link. I might want to stop using Chrome because Chrome seems evil. So this was posted like the moment after Ethan's call out. Is imagine hating me in my room and I'm just doing this. Somewhat of a ratio. Although I don't think Idubbbz has particularly good numbers in general anyway.
Editor of a year and a half ago and saying, God, that is nasty. I'm just not going to throw someone away because they're having a parasocial weird moment. Just like I'm not going to throw Ethan Klein away because he's having a parasocial weird crash out.
How many?
Oh, he's not throwing him away. He's not throwing Ethan away. What is this video then?
Women I fucked. Hassan, by the way, thousands. Yeah, thousands. Let me ask Galia. These shoes do not go. I'm sorry. Oh my god.
Okay.
Hassan's the type of dude who watches himself in the mirror when he has sex.
Yeah, that's like a common joke now because of American Psycho. That's like a meme to like kind of sort of insult someone. It's just calling somebody narcissistic.
Me on a 30-second delay on your stream.
Wait, that's what I'm... Wait, how does he know I'm watching already?
Because you've been talking about it for the last 5 minutes.
It's not a fucking petty beef. It's like, this guy is evil and he's doing anti-Semitism. These shoes do not go. I'm sorry.
There are many people, I'm sure, who have unfollowed you for the things that you've said. And
wait, how does that connect? Am I stupid? Wait, oh my god, I hate this. I'm a bad reactor.
Because they're having a parasocial weird moment. Just like I'm not going to throw Ethan Klein away because he's having a parasocial
Did I not go back far enough?
My good
Do
fucking
these
friends who I
lines
stood
just
by
not
after
connect?
You don't know what's on my feed. What the fuck? Oh, I only use lists a year and a half ago and saying, God, that is now by my editor of throw someone away because they're God, that is nasty. I'm just not going to throw someone away.
You did throw them away. You fired your editor. You told your editor goodbye. You did throw them away.
Because he's having a
okay, so yeah, it just doesn't connect. It just doesn't connect at all. It's supposed to be him having a parasocial moment. Joke's on you. They met in real life. They don't live that far away from each other. It's not parasocial. It's literally just social.
Doing
who have unfollowed you for the things that you've said and done. And I'm sure there are even more people who have stayed following you because they don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater. They don't want to throw someone away because they've had some hard moments.
Actually, from what it seems to me, it does seem like in general, the first moment that somebody has where they're like, I don't like this guy anymore, they just unfollow. They just unsubscribe. There are very few cases, I think, where people are like, I'll still watch him, even though I don't like any of his opinions or anything he's talking about. Yeah, that doesn't really happen.
We're all fucking human.
My good fucking friends who I stood by after all these fucking years can't find a spine to speak up. You know why? Because they'll get murdered.
And what you're saying to me is that I'm a bad friend and I'm a piece of shit. I'm spineless. I'm cowardly because I am following someone on Twitter.
No, it's because you're not saying anything. It's not because you're following them. I don't think Ethan cares if you follow them. It's because you don't say anything.
Because they have mobilized such an insane harassment group. It's not bad enough that I have this group of people harassing me and everyone in my life. It's that people outside of this group, journalists, creators, are actively participating in this gaslighting to make it seem like I'm fucking crazy.
I mean, I don't know what he's getting at here. Like, yeah, people are gaslighting you. A lot of people gaslit me when I apologized. That was actually like the number one type of harassment.
Wait, what? This is insane, dude. I feel like I'm listening to this for the first time. I was also screaming at my TV whenever I watched this for the first time.
All these fucking years.
Me is that I'm a bad friend and I'm a piece of shit. I'm spineless. I'm cowardly because I am following someone on Twitter.
Okay.
Because they have mobilized such an insane harassment group. It's not bad enough that I have this group of people harassing me and everyone in my life. It's that people outside of this group, journalists, creators, are actively participating in this gaslighting to make it seem like I'm fucking crazy.
Okay, but he did get CPS called to his house. And he did get skulls mailed to his door. Now, here's the funny thing. The skulls are in a funny situation. Because they were mailed probably before the Content Cop got made, but did not get received until after the H3 video got put out. So Idubbbz, I guess, could not have known that that kind of harassment had happened with the skulls. He absolutely could have known about hate mail, because he probably got hate mail before. He could have known about CPS. He does. He absolutely does. I'm pretty certain he takes clips from the stream of them talking about CPS. And he knows about, like, chat. He knows about all these things. And we're going to see later that, like, Idubbbz thinks that he was being harassed. And he might have been. People might have gone to his house and done some crazy stuff. He doesn't talk about it. We don't know if he got anywhere near on the same level of harassment that Ethan did. So him coming off as trying to, like, empathize with him, we'll get to empathy later. Maybe. I actually don't have that much time left. But him just acting in this way is so odd. Him trying to, like, relate to Ethan in this situation and downplaying it is so strange.
I mean, I don't know what he's getting at here. Like, yeah, people are gaslighting you. A lot of people gaslit me.
Whoa, gaslighting. That's not so bad, huh? He's like, he's just...
When I apologized.
I'm
actually
wordless.
Like the number one type of harassment I got was people gaslighting me and taking my newfound woke ideology to its extreme.
I probably don't.
What? Oh my god, dude. Could you not have shown a fake comment for that? Could you have shown, like, any actual comments? Oh, dude. This is insane to me. This is mind-bogglingly stupid. I'm hyped. That's immensely, like, that's horrible editing. Also, is anybody gaslighting you? Can we go back to your channel? Were people gaslighting you whenever they said that your edgier videos were better? Ooh, 18 million, 15 million, 15 million, 50 million, 50, 14, 14, 13, 12, 12, 11, 11, 11, 11, 11, 11, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Oh, okay. How many of these were made in the last 2 years? None of them. This is like the most recent video. Like these two, I think, might be like, oh, that's like a video that's not edgy, that's fun. Actually, this one, there's a story behind this one where apparently he didn't pay Airsoft Fatty, and he said he did, but Airsoft Fatty is also trailer trash, so he might have lied. I don't know. I don't care that much. He's funny though, so. And whoever's funniest really deserves the most sympathy. Let's be real. Maybe this one? I'm not watching that. I'm assuming he just uses it to break things. Yeah, so were people gaslighting you whenever they said your old content was better? It definitely performed better.
Taking my newfound woke ideology.
Really disappointing to see continue perpetuating stereotypes of woodland squirrels, especially after seeing your apology. I thought you would have learned something. Squirrels are cool. I like the squirrel videos. Look, I'm in the minority. I like the squirrel videos. I thought they were cool.
I probably done and stood by Idubbbz and Anissa.
I'll admit that.
I've stood by
I
them
like squirrels. I like
when
the squirrel
all the internet
videos.
hated them.
I don't like that Ethan brought this up because it makes the relationship feel very transactional.
I mean, if you want to look at it like that, sure. They stood by you. They promoted Creator Clash, and you backstab them. So why should anybody want to be your friend now? Even people that you agree with probably aren't going to want to be your friend now, because what if your politics change in 2 years? What if you do revert back to the old dubs? That could happen. That could be playing in people's minds where they're thinking, ooh, this guy seems like kind of a loose cannon, and I don't know if I want to get close to him because he might make a video on me. I'm certain that's happened in the past. I'm thinking of a guy who did that, and I can't remember his name.
Like, you know, we're just meant to support each other online despite our own personal.
Am I thinking of Grade A Under A? It might be. I have no idea. I honestly don't remember.
Morals or principles.
But I'll say this: I don't think they're fucking any friends of mine.
I want to say that Grade A Under. This is a completely off topic. I want to say Grade A Under A did something where he was on the side of Leafy, and then he switched to Ethan, and then he might have switched back or something. But then nobody wanted to like be friends or shout him out or collaborate with him anymore, and then he kind of like failed out.
And certainly, I don't think they're any fucking friends of mine based on the text
Although I'm pretty sure he's like
I
a
had
crypto
with them
trader
too before
now.
I even talked about it. So I have nothing. I don't need any fucking halfway friends, man.
I thought the text conversation that I had with him was very
Are you gonna show it?
I basically just said, like, I know you and Hila are experiencing a ton of harassment, and I essentially empathize with that, and I think there's something positive to get out of the conversation.
What conversation is he talking about? Is he saying there's something positive to get out of a conversation between him and Ethan, or something positive to be seen through all the harassment? Like a silver lining, like, you know, I don't believe in all the harassment, but they are right, you know. It's like, well, Idubbbz, I don't know about that one. I'm gonna grab water.
Ooh, little dubs. We call him little dubs because his dubs are tiny. He's got tiny dubs, and he's got big L's.
But he refused to talk on the phone
More
unless
like
I was willing
L-dubs.
to publicly say something about my former editor and denims.
Ooh.
As much as you don't want halfway friends, I also don't want
Wait,
that kind of... As much
wait,
as you
this is a big
publicly
part.
say something about my former editor and denims. As much as you don't want halfway friends, I also don't want that kind of...
So Denims and him have been friends for like less than a year, and he fired the last guy. So he is more friendly with a guy he hasn't talked to in years and a person he's known for like less than 12 months than he is with Ethan, who he's collabed with a couple of times, and they've had sleepover parties, and they've done so much advertisement of content creator creator clash together. So they're not friends, I guess. They're not friends. They're light friends.
Halfway friend. I don't want someone who's going to give me like an ultimatum to have a conversation.
Okay, that's like a specific point. Apparently you did talk to him, and it didn't come off very nice to him.
Could you not say something when this is like, imagine like one of you guys is...
Also, these guys are all public figures, right? Your job is to say something. That's your career. And not only that, but it's not like Ethan's life has not had like a slightly less % chance of getting... Sorry, there's a higher % chance than normal that Ethan's life is going to be interrupted. Not like literally, not like his mortal coil. I just mean like on a daily basis. There is more chance of like harassment or bothership or like people mailing him weird things like skulls than there was probably if Ian maybe spoke out. Maybe that would have gone down by like a 0.5% chance, but it's still something that he would like. Like, what's so crazy about that? What's so even what's so evil about that? Like, sometimes your friends are in rough situations and they say stuff that like, hey, I really need you right now. You are like the biggest other voice that I know of. I need you to say something for me right now because I'm super stressed out. It would be really like nice. I'm in a horrible place. Please say something. And then Idubbbz is just like, I don't like that you told me to do that. So actually, here's a knife in your back. It's like, dude, come on.
Hassan actually wants to go to Israel, go to Gaza so he can strangle Israeli babies or some shit like that. I'd be like, you imagine me not saying something.
You're trying to make a one-to-one comparison where there isn't one.
Why not?
This guy that I follow on Twitter is not in the same relationship as you and one of your current employees.
No. That's why he said Hassan. I mean, essentially, they both had like big distancings and they both say stuff that they disagree with. They're not like... Sure. I mean, I guess the main difference is that Hassan has like 1 billion viewers and Froggy Tonic has 2.
Who is streaming with you 3 days a week, 3 hours a day for the past 10 years.
Also,
at one point during this...
Imagine being mad at me. Imagine being mad at me and I'm just in my room doing this. Imagine being mad and I'm just in my room doing this. Here we go.
Stream, Ethan and Hila bring up Adam McIntyre. Now, Adam does basically the same thing.
I don't care about Adam
editor.
McIntyre.
He's critical of Ethan and
I
Hila,
do not care.
and he
Literally
is sometimes uncharitable and nasty towards them.
Adam McIntyre needs to just like disappear. That guy is a piece of shit, like of the lowest order. I never even stood by him when he talked bad about Trisha having a kid and called him like the spawn of Satan. He was
okay. Look, I thought there was a very big thing in generally lefty culture that you should be more charitable to what ESL people say. Am I crazy? Like, they're already pretty charitable to people who do speak English perfectly or fluently. But, like, to people who don't speak English as a first language, do they care? Or is it supposed to be like, oh, she's fluent, so she's on par with a person who's in EFL? Never heard that before. It doesn't make sense. It's like Chewbacca.
Supposedly on our side, I would never even co-sign that. I was disgusted by that statement too. I remember when he called her kid the spawn of Satan.
I never said anything.
And
like
I was
that.
supposed to be like cheering on, but I wasn't going to cheer that on. That's
Don't forget that he called her children, which is something we would never do, the spawn of Satan.
It's disgusting. He's
And
a
I
piece
mean,
of shit of a human.
It's just incredible who ends up being the good guys in this story. You know, it's really something.
I mean, yeah, I think that's a little self-centered.
They never made
You could criticize that way more.
Statement. They never said that they disagree with his statements about Trisha's baby until it's useful. Like, what is it, 3 years later? Like, I mean, you're talking about it like you were aware of it at the time and that there was some amount of pressure or enthusiasm for you to get down with that. And what it sounds like to me is that you did see it at the time and you were like, ooh, I don't like that. And You didn't endorse it and you didn't fuck with it. Huh. It's almost like that is a fucking identical situation to me.
Okay, you know, let's see what he's cooking.
It's just incredible who ends up being the good guys in this story. You know, it's really something.
So yeah, the reason I'm bringing this up is because.
No, okay, so, alright, okay. The thing is, Adam McIntyre, it's not like a giant public figure. And, oh my god, okay, wait, I'm trying to say it, because it is a little confusing. Adam McIntyre is in the same situation as Froggy Fresh, where he's a guy he's an ex-fan who hates a member of the Ethan Klein podcast. Just instead of Hila, it's Trisha Paytas. Oh, except, I don't know. Actually, is that different? Does it even matter if it's that different or not? Because he's trying to say, like, I don't know, why aren't they calling out Adam McIntyre more? Okay, I guess that's it. It's like, sure, okay, what does that mean?
Because they're trying to like paint themselves as the good guys, and they're saying like, yeah, we strongly disavow things that are said, even about our enemies.
I mean, Trisha Paytas isn't really their enemy, right? Trisha Paytas is literally like a part of the family now, like in law. She married Hila's brother or Ethan's brother or something. So, like, I don't know.
We are the most immoral people on the internet.
Well, they definitely seem to be more moral than their enemies. Because where Ethan and Hila say things like, you know what? I don't think anybody should die. I think the war should end. I think the war should end as soon as possible, and we should have as few deaths as possible. I think that's the best thing. Rogan comes in with a steel chair about veterans. It's like, I mean, kinda. I mean, did you hear what Hassan said about Dan Crenshaw? Did you hear what Denim said about that one Gacha gamer's dad? It's like, I mean, it's kind of hard not to see them as a little more vile, a little less moral than Hila and Ethan. And here, I'll even play devil's advocate. Hila was a secretary for like 2 years in the IDF, and I don't know, maybe that led to 1 or 2 more cities getting raided. Nobody ever makes that point. Nobody ever cares. Nobody ever makes that point. And it's like, well, Idubbbz pays his taxes, presumably. Isn't he contributing it? He should do tax evasion if he doesn't want to contribute to the Israeli conflict. So, like, I don't know. They kind of do come across as more moral in the end. They just, yeah.
Unlike Ian and Anissa, who are fucking keeping to themselves. Also, why the fuck does Olivia get the pass?
I mean, Ian and Anissa look like trailer trash, right? And they literally took away, like, $250,000 from starving children. And blind children and children with Alzheimer's. So, like, yeah, I don't know. Who is more moral?
What a fucking asshole for putting you in that position, Olivia. You're friends with him, and you don't have to say anything, but like, what a fucking piece of shit. What a bad friend to put you in that position just for some fucking clout. It gets people angry at you, like, oh, how can she be friends with?
Oh. Is he talking to Idubbbz?
Which is total bullshit, okay? Olivia did not do anything. And
I want the pass. Do I have to be an employee to get that treatment? Because then you'll just see me as an ally?
Wait, did he not do that for you or something?
Ethan is afraid of wrongful termination accusations and lawsuits.
And also, I don't mind putting my friend Olivia, who's apparently my real friend, in a terribly weird, fucking uncomfortable situation where you end up getting hate for no reason.
Also, don't frame it as like...
Okay, dude, this is so funny because Idubbbz literally apologizes to Lena after this video comes out because this was released during the whole thing. So he sent an apology letter to Lena, and that, like, completely destroys this section of the video, doesn't it? I'm kind of just going off of instinct here, but it seems like
other people making it hard on Olivia. You're making it hard on all of these people. Please acknowledge your role in this whole fucking thing.
I mean, he's their boss, right? So, like any employment situation, you're generally trading, participating in, and working through hardships for cash and insurance, which generally just goes down to cash. But, you know, that's what they're getting paid to do. And 90% of the time, they're probably even, maybe, not guaranteed, but they might even enjoy their jobs.
It's crazy how warm Ethan is to Olivia and saying how Olivia is essentially just a victim in this whole thing.
It gets people angry at you.
I don't even know what he's talking
how could
about.
you be friends with them, which is total
I might be crazy, but I have no idea. Like, who is Olivia friends with? I don't care.
bullshit.
But me and Anissa are spineless. Ethan, your whole system is scrambled. My intention isn't to throw the employees under the bus. Like, you guys serve as the fucking foundation for calling out Ethan's hypocrisy.
So before this, let's look at it like it's a war. You have Hassan on one side and Ethan on the other. Is Idubbbz not like the largest single entity who is undecided so far? Because it's all about clout, right? It's clout war. It's clout battle. Ian seems like the one person who should say something. And, you know, eventually he did.
On the whole subject. And I know that you guys have probably pushed back against Ethan over the years. How often are you supposed to do that? Do you have to do that every fucking week? It kind of seems like it. And that's exhausting. I don't want to confront my boss. It's not my fucking job to confront my boss and say, today's segment on radio.
That is your job. That actually is your job. That's part of what signing up to be an employee is discussing things that are uncomfortable with you to your boss. If it is not in your contract specifically, you should be allowed to say stuff like that. Yeah, that is part of, like, especially if it's like tangential to your contract, but it's not like worded in it. Yeah, you should totally be able to like just go to your boss and be like, hey, I'm not sure I want to do this. I'm not sure I'm comfortable with it. And some people get raises. Some people don't have to do it, which I'm assuming that would be like the Ethan Klein thing. It's like, oh, hey, we have this segment prepared, and then somebody goes, oh, I don't really want to participate in it. It's a really uncomfortable subject for me. I'm pretty certain they'd just be like, oh, yeah, okay, can you do, like, come later or come back for another segment? So something like that.
Rapists and pedophiles on Twitch was not like my favorite segment to be a part of.
Yeah, friends like these.
Oh yeah, and
I just think Ian has like a complete misunderstanding of everything going on.
Anissa and Ian. Thanks, Anissa, for standing up for your girl. I actually stood up for you so many times because, like, why would I not? It was crazy.
Yeah, why would you not? I mean, if that's truly what you believe.
Wait, why would you not? Maybe they also had to get rid of a significant portion of their audience who used to be fans of you and who didn't like the direction you were going. And then they might have, like, hung on to H3. And then they're like, oh, they agree with Anissa. Ooh. It's not like they didn't have to sacrifice something too.
And you weren't just going to use it later.
Of course I was going to stand by you. That's insane. So
okay, but this is like a very specific situation that I don't think anybody could have predicted. So, like, why is he even talking about, like, oh, you were just saving your transactional friend updates to use later? It's like, no, but, you know, generally, if you do something repeatedly nice and you ask for something that you view as incredibly basic and simple, there's generally an understanding that you will comply. It is not transactional. It's like, oh, you did this nice thing for me like 30 times. I'll do a nice thing for you once. Is that crazy? And sometimes you say, like, no, I don't have, like, if it's like in real life, right? You're like, you can't borrow my lawnmower, it's broken. You can't borrow my car, my wife's not comfortable with that. Oh, you can't have $10,000. I just blew it gambling. There's like real life circumstances that block you from doing that, or excuses that you can make. There's no excuse for not tweeting.
Absolutely insane and disgusting. But now you choose to hang out with people that would have a problem with you if you defended me.
I'm not going to assume that Hila knows, but I'll say it for anyone who doesn't know. Anissa is half Lebanese and half Irish.
Actually, she's only 8% Lebanese. The video is taken down now. Wait, can I watch it? Farfour. Goodbye, Farfour. Anissa quitting Islam. Re-upload.
When I was in grade 3,
there's a point I think in here where she says that she's 8% Irish. I might have the wrong video actually.
my dad did.
No, 8% Irish. Wait, Anissa heritage. What the fuck? Anisha Jama heritage. I don't want to watch this stuff ripping on her. I just was trying to figure out like her exact percentage. I don't know. You can find it. You watch somebody else. I'm sure they'll bring it up in the coming days.
For anyone unfamiliar, the Irish have been on the receiving end.
I am Irish. I'm more Irish than Anissa. No one cares. We've had like 3 Irish presidents. Okay? No one cares that the Irish went through like half a millennia of torture. Okay? We're past that. The Irish literally run the American government, okay? It's not even people who are from Ireland anymore. It's like literally, it's like how in like the early 1900s, every single person was like had a Cherokee princess grandmother or great grandmother. Now it's like, oh yeah, I'm from Ireland, and they just make up like a random tribe name. It doesn't matter anymore. It's so diluted. No one cares about the hardships that they faced. Unless Anissa was suddenly like, oh yeah, my granddad, yeah, she's the one who did that thing with Princess Diana. Unless she says something like that, no one cares, okay? Unless she was trying to liberate Ireland, no one gives a fuck.
Of a lot of oppression and genocide. On the part of the Lebanese, they've received a lot of oppression and attacks from the IDF. So,
oh no, they're attacking Catholics.
So Anissa is very well familiar with the propaganda and the shit coming out of.
Wait, no, they're not Catholics, right? The Lebanese are like some, not entirely. Like their state religion is some like weird branch of Christianity that's more like Coptic, Orthodox mix, or it maybe even predates that. Although I think the vast majority of the population is Muslim. I wanted to inject another bit here where Idubbbz is playing the Oppression Olympics with different races that have been genocided, as if the Jews didn't undergo the Shoah. And it's just funny to see that he's playing between the Jews and the Irish and seeing who had it worse.
Choosing now, out of all the times, to be like, please defend me. No, we're not gonna fucking defend you.
Rudy was saying.
Wait. Why?
Saying that Palestinians are taught at 2 years old to kill Americans.
Do we have that one?
I mean, like just the other day, Bibi fired a really good guy that a lot of people are pissed about.
He looked mean.
Israel warns can send Lebanon back to Stone Age as UN seeks de-escalation. Yeah. Oh my god, dude. These guys need a fucking history lesson. Just play fucking Metal Gear Solid. Just play MGS. And then play like 100 hours of Hoi 4. Okay? Look, a lot of people don't like to hear it, but assured destruction, not mad, just add, is a way of de-escalation. However, it's all diplomacy, so it's not guaranteed. It might be seen as threatening. Generally, a phrase like that would be seen as threatening. However, that's also meant for them to get the opposite side to de-escalate. Because they're like, hey, de-escalate or things get bad. That's like... Nobody understands diplomacy.
I thought he was mean just because he looked mean.
No, it's not.
So yes, you caught us. We're not
That
gonna
was
run
kind of
to your-
funny. That like little emoji thing there.
So yes, you caught us. We're not gonna run to your defense when I don't know, we follow people.
Wait, so then was the point of bringing up that she's like 50% Lebanese, which she isn't? Was the point of that supposed to be that they have racial solidarity? Is that what it is? Is it that they have racial solidarity with Lebanon? Am I crazy? I thought we were past the whole racial solidarity thing. Whatever.
We be following. That's one fucked up thing that you can say about Anissa and I is when we're on Twitter, we do be following.
So
the problem. My eyes.
if you want to hang out with those people and
dude, you have such nice colors around the rest of this, and then you fucking blind me with a big white fucking follow. Come on.
have no spine and not stand up for another girl that stood up for you, enjoy your new friends.
She's friends with people like Denims.
I know.
Yeah. Which I'll
She's
show up.
friends with
Denims
Denim.
is actually participating
She said-
in this whole
he
slate.
said
Denims.
friends.
For another girl that stood up for you, enjoy your new friends.
She's friends with people like Denims.
I know. Yeah.
Which
They don't mean to follow though. They mean friends. Am I wrong, or hasn't Anissa like literally like don't they chat together on Discord or something? I don't know.
I'll show up.
Friends with
Denims
Denims.
I don't have
is actually
evidence for it.
participating in this whole.
I don't even know what they're
child protective
referencing.
Service lie.
Yeah.
That's
Which
part of
I'll
the
If
problem
you're
with this
friends
video.
with them, then you're seeing what they're saying.
He's like, if he is looking at soft spots to poke at the clients at, one, he's not picking them, and two, he's getting stuff that presumably the clients have evidence for, or there isn't evidence for. Like some of these are negatives, right? He's trying to prove
That Ethan and Hila start talking about this Denims character. Originally, the complaint was about my former editor. He's been chatting shit about Ethan and Hila for the past year at least. They only care about it now because I guess it was spoon-fed to them via their Reddit that's clearly looking out for them. Now, I'm not going to sugarcoat it, we are friends.
That's something that he said that's ironic, that probably whenever he was recording, he was like, oh, I'm going to put something funny from their Reddit here. And then did.
With Denims, but I would say it's the same level of friendship that we had with Ethan and Hila. It's like kind of an internet friendship. We think that
Like I make really terrible video essays on video games, and I feel like I do... Maybe I don't do as good of a job, or maybe I'm on like par, but I feel like I know more. Or at the very least, I'm better at criticizing than I am at putting together. I don't know.
she's a good person like we think Ethan and Hila are good people. Kind of a tricky situation.
Wait, why do you think Denims is a good person, though? Did you like what she said about... Why can't I remember his name? Whatever. The guy's dad?
How can you possibly think that they're both good people at their core? People can have crash out moments. People can say things that they don't mean.
I mean, I feel like almost everything that Ethan and Hila have said that has been, like, actually bad, they've taken back, like, immediately.
People can say things.
And I feel like that's not the case. I don't watch Denims. I actually don't know.
Because they want internet clout and attention.
I'm not gonna comment on it.
I think
I
they're
actually
both
don't know.
probably guilty of saying things that they don't mean for internet clout and attention. Right now, one's a little bit more fucking nasty to me.
Is that it? That's all this video comes down to, really. It's just who slighted Idubbbz first? Is it this group that he's hanging out with, or the other group that he hangs out with a little less
than the other?
I just don't see how you can be my friend and also be friends with someone like that.
Well, you can't. So I already forgot about you.
I actually have a lot of friendships that are kind of that way, where it's like, you know, one of the friends doesn't fuck with the other friend, but there is someone in the middle.
I don't know the
kind of fucks
context
with
for
both
this.
of them, but separately.
You can't
there's
just
a lot of friendships
you can't
that
just
are
tell
like
me
that. I'm not gonna make you guys like meet
You
up.
have to
and kiss
show
or
that.
anything. I get it. You
Are they
guys
friends?
Are in fucking. You're either my
You have like an
best
hour
friend
and
who's
10-minute long
deep-throating
video
me
and you
to
can't
the
show me a
base of my
fucking clip?
cock, or you are Satan. You're the devil.
The last thing I said to Anissa, we were texting before I ever talked about it. She's like, I don't care about this guy. He's a nobody and, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, then you'll have no problem publicly denouncing it, right? And then from there, the conversation ended.
She never replied.
Ethan, you can't even phrase it in a way that doesn't make you sound like you're being coercive and shitty.
Wait, what? That didn't sound coercive and shitty. Like this is one of the things that I have to assume is that Idubbbz only talks to people who have like pillow-sized gloves in their speaking voice. Weird metaphor, whatever. And that whenever he gets talked to, it has conditions put on every single fucking word. And Ethan says something that's like very normal. Let me re-listen to this.
Satan, you're the devil.
The last thing I said to Anissa, we were texting before I ever talked about it. She's like, I don't care about this guy. He's a nobody and, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, then you'll have no problem publicly denouncing it, right? And then from there, the conversation ended.
Okay, so Ethan doesn't explain like what happened before. Sure, fault him for that. Show the messages. Was this like Ethan trying to constantly push it? Was the messages actually like Anissa's right in the other room, presumably? Could just ask her for it.
She never replied.
Ethan, you can't even phrase it in a way that doesn't make you sound like you're being coerced.
It's like his argument is his phrasing, not his like actual actions and texts, which makes me like not believe Ian. It's whatever.
Coercive and shitty. Well, then you should have no problem publicly denouncing it, right? Does that sound
That's
like
not how
a
he said
friend? It kind of sounds like something a.
Yeah, that does sound like a friend. If I had a friend who I disconnected with, and they said something crazy, they said something that was like really psychotic, or not even super psychotic, honestly. If I disconnected with them, why would I care? And then somebody says like, hey, this guy said something psychotic to me and my wife, would you please stand up for me, go tweet on Twitter, be like, hey fella, I don't think that was very nice of you. Why don't you back off a little bit? Why would I care? My two responses in that situation are, do you really need me to? This seems really like, I don't know, petty. But okay, I'll do it. And the other response is, yeah, sure. Especially if it was somebody who I had a previous connection to, I would like, I'm going to say like 80% chance, I would just be like, yeah, sure, I'll disavow.
A powerful
I
villain
disavow.
would say.
But it was so funny how she immediately went to comment everywhere, like on our subreddit. She immediately had to comment like, oh, he doesn't work with us anymore.
Then
but that was it. That's all she said.
But then say that you don't
Okay, do you have
agree.
anything else to say for your friends though?
One of the reasons Anissa was so quick to clarify things in your Reddit is because your Reddit...
That's not Ian's editor. He only did editing.
Was already talking about who this editor is, and they were spreading misinformation that it was our co-host on our podcast, Uncle Dane. So yeah, the last thing
I do
we
like Uncle
wanted
Dane. I'll be
is
honest.
this
I like
guy
Uncle Dane's
getting
videos.
pulled into this mess. And
Has
you
he
guys
made a
don't
video
give
in
a
7
fuck.
years,
Would it
actually?
have been nicer and more supportive to say we don't agree with the things he's saying and we support Ethan and Hila? Sure. Like, yeah, that would have been a nicer thing to say. Our silence means something.
Your silence means that you don't like him. Uncle Dane. Oh, he actually made a video 6 days ago. Why does it say 2 years? Oh, wait, I'm stupid. That's just his like front page. Actually has been consistently making stuff. Okay.
Means that we would like to pause this.
Yeah, look, I hate to be honest with you. No, I don't. you don't really pause relationships whenever you have like a gazebo-dillion dollars. Especially not public online friendships. It's not exactly how that works. You kind of just fall away over time. And you can do that. You can just say, hey, we haven't spoken in a couple of years, and we want to back off. Except you've taken advantage of them in like every single possible chance to promote Creative Clash.
Relationship until you figure your shit out.
Not every possible
and then maybe
chance, but
we
definitely
can find a
they have
moment
taken
in
advantage
time.
of them.
I don't know how long it'll be, but
That's one of the things that makes this seem like, oh, he's so surprised that it's a transactional relationship whenever he's literally using them for his benefit.
a moment in time in the future
Creative Clash
where things
1 and 2.
are a little bit easier to broach. I don't think we need to do it right now, but you've insisted that this is an important thing to address. I would have been perfectly fine with you not blasting me on your Instagram story.
Fuck you, piece of shit. Fuck my friends too. If still about listeners can find their spine. I don't need any fair weather friends.
I would have been perfectly fine with you not blasting me and my wife on your podcast
Don't
twice.
say that. Don't say it like that.
I would be fine with you not brigading my comment section.
First off, how do you know these aren't your like weekly viewers?
On my podcast that gets 3,000 views a week because I prefer to not to do harassment campaigns and instead talk about vampire.
Wait. You don't have to engage with every single bit. You don't have to like call. You don't have to call the CEO. You don't have to. You don't have to agree with every single thing they say. They're just asking you to like say like, hey, our old editor sucks and the clients aren't like blood-sucking devils. That's all they're asking for. They're not asking you to like also go out and do like whatever like call outs that they're doing. They're asking you for like also this sucks. This sucks. You have 2,000 views. This sucks.
Vampire's Kiss.
At least say something like he doesn't work for.
Let's look at that. What is Vampire's Kiss?
But for the majority.
This seems like just a normal.
Yeah, that's what I feel like. I would.
Ow! Have you seen the?
For one of
This just seems like a normal episode of your podcast.
Glass or.
It doesn't seem like it. This looks like I don't know, dude. This channel looks like it's a roleplay game channel. This looks like your fucking Geek and Sundry, or Critical Role or something. What is Vampire's Kiss? Actually, I'm curious. What is that? Film review? Oh, it's a movie. All right.
For me, and I strongly disagree, and I support Ethan and Hila.
I can't write.
The problem is
The problem is that she
I'm
doesn't.
deaf. I'm
that's
blind.
the problem.
That's the problem.
Can't smell. I can't taste.
She actually.
She thinks they have a point.
That's the problem.
Yeah, so go fuck yourself.
I agree.
Go fuck yourself. What about your girl? This is what I'm talking about. This aggression that you're putting out into the world. What the fuck do you think we're gonna do? You think I'm gonna fucking sit on my hands when you do this shit? Like, this is.
Wait. Yes. Because you said that you would. You said that you were being silent. Also, don't you have a boxing event to organize? Shouldn't you be posting about the boxing event?
It's nasty. We had such a fair response to what you guys were going through.
You didn't have a
We don't
response.
support harassment. It's a bad thing.
You didn't say that.
But it happens, and you're perpetuating it.
They're not.
You fucking.
Wait, okay, so show me the H3 fan that mailed skulls to Dan Clancy's house. Show me the H3 fan who called, who swatted Adam McIntyre. Show me the H3 fan who, I don't know.
Propagandist, lying scumbag, terrorist supporter. He probably sets up a mirror and jerks off watching himself. Dan KKK Clancy has a similar view of Hitler. Because Dan Clancy, the Nazi, fucking anti-Semite.
You can't expect other people to stop harassing you if you continue to harass people.
He's not harassing them. So this is something that's very odd. Simply speaking out and saying that Ethan Klein isn't that bad is now considered harassment. Or Idubbbz is
he's being malicious.
I don't know. I don't want to use big fancy words. Holy shit! The cat scared the shit out of me. He's being malicious. He's trying to conflate something that would be very ordinary with something that would be a malfeasance. And by conflating oh, Ethan Klein isn't that bad with, oh yeah, I agree, we should we could harass Jack Leshy. It's like, you're not condoning all of Ethan Klein's behavior, and you're not participating in all of his behavior ever, but especially if you just say that, yeah, he's not that bad. In fact, you can, here's what would be cool. By getting close to him, you could try to get him to stop saying that stuff. Instead, you've probably just burned a bridge, which is what he was criticizing earlier.
Let's think about it on a micro level. Have you ever been in a comment section and found someone to argue with? It doesn't stop.
No, when I'm in an argument, when I'm in an argument, I kind of don't actually
go on forever if you don't want to touch grass.
I mean, yeah, this was kind of like a line. What happened today?
I argue in Discord once in a while,
like the most cynical,
if I think I'm wrong, I kind of just back off.
It's going to have ramifications in terms.
That is so bizarre and insulting to suggest that
you're bizarre and insulting.
Being friends with you to get something out of it.
Have you seen your tattoos? Am I crazy? Aren't they literally supposed to be bizarre and insulting? Like, that's their point. It's like it's like art.
No, I'm friendly with you, and I'd say I'm a light friend because it's been pleasant hanging out with you. I've enjoyed your content over the years, and as of late, it's gotten really fucking shitty.
Yeah.
Look, it's Bobby. It's the Mayo Monkey.
So go fuck yourself.
It's not the Mayo Monkey.
I agree.
Who else?
Bo Blacks
Who
could have
else
sold
do we wanna
plushies
burn
if it was
today?
the Mayo Monkey,
Who
though.
else do we want to burn today? You're making it so fucking obvious that this is your like.
No, they're just exasperated at how many of their friends have, like, come back after them. It's not like, haha, now we get to create more chaos, and now we get to devastate another YouTuber's audience. It's like, fuck, man. We've had so many people who don't want to be friends with us anymore, and so many people that, like, are just, like, insulting us and backstabbing. It's like, man, who else do we gotta burn today, huh? It's not... It's in a completely different context to what he's trying to set up.
This is your emotional dumping ground. It's horrible.
Yeah, that's why I don't like podcasts. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. The podcast is an emotional dumping ground? The podcast is an emotional dumping ground? You get it. You get the idea. I'm not going to do it. This entire thing is your online second therapy.
Not what podcasts are. There was a way to approach this to say, like, yeah, we feel hurt by you guys not saying something. You've decided to do the extra thing and attack. Now, in fairness, I am attacking back, but I feel very insulted, and I feel defensive, and I feel like...
So, you're not being defensive, you're actually being offensive.
I am speaking up for a lot of people who have problems with you. And
first off, they can speak for themselves. Okay, white savior, they can talk for themselves. Your audience doesn't even really like you that much, okay? Like, I'm pretty certain, like, 1/10 to maybe, like, 1/5 of his audience are people kind of just hate watching from the old days. And especially this, because everybody... And probably for this video specifically, I'm going to say, like, 2/5 of the people watching this video, Didn't even know who you are. It just got blown up in the algorithm because it did get like 7 million views.
And
in
a
10
lot
days.
of people
Look, that's
who
good.
have been on the receiving end of your harassment.
It's so easy to be anti-racist. Everybody's anti-racist. Racism is the worst thing in the world, right? We fucking hate racists. Fuck racists.
Microaggressions.
The minute that they actually have to stick their neck out for somebody, the minute they have to actually risk something to put themselves in under scrutiny, to sacrifice something personally to stand up for racism, then all of a sudden it's like, hey, I don't want to get involved.
And that's drama.
Okay.
How much do you care?
I mean, I don't care that much about it, but let's see where this goes.
How much do you actually care? If you're, isn't that the whole point? Like,
I realize that Ethan and Hila are more scared now than they've probably ever been.
Oh my god, it has no relation at all to what the clip you just played was. Oh god, Ian, you're killing me, dude.
I feel like anti-Semitism
Watching this video is like smoking 100 cigarettes.
is a thought in their heads now more than ever, and it's not completely unjustified.
Why?
Justified to be thinking about that
Why?
Sometimes. You guys are just hurt, and you're kind of like dancing around and making very like loose, poorly thought out analogies for some.
Wait, was that a part of a different script? That gave me goosebumps. Was that a part of a different script? You're hurt. You think there's anti-Semitism. It's reasonable that you think there's anti-Semitism. You're just jumping around because you're hurt. Let's finish what he has to say.
Something that doesn't even apply to us. It's like me making this video is the standing up for something, and it's saying fuck you. You guys are being bad. You know?
Okay. Okay. Yeah. That dude. That's making my bones cringe up. That is making them twist in my back. That's just completely unrelated. That's like he didn't edit it. It just doesn't connect. This video blows. This is terrible. I never want to watch this again. This is actually awful. Am I insane? Stop.
You know, I don't think you're bad people, but you're being bad. You're behaving poorly.
How? How are they being bad?
You're hurting people.
I mean, go back to the civil
They're
rights.
hurting people. And who are they hurting? Okay, I could see an argument made for Frogan, or I can see how he would make an argument for Frogan. I'd not necessarily agree. Same thing with Denims. I don't see it for Hassan, Dan Clancy, or whoever else he mentioned. And, you know, they are people. I'm not saying they're not. But I don't understand how Ian's saying, like, oh, you're hurting people. You're hurting people, Ethan. Their names are too similar. Their names are too similar. I can't. Ian, Ethan, stop.
You think that the people
One
who
of
are,
you
like,
has to
the
change your
white
name.
kids who are protesting with the black students, you think that they were just like
this is fucking
not
hilarious.
risking anything? Those kids who are marching with the black students and
So in Ethan's analogy, he's the black student and I'm the white student, but I'm the white student that's not, you know, marching by his side. I'm not doing the difficult thing. You're gonna have to march on your own, black student.
Okay, finally a good joke. Oh my god, dude. It's been 30 minutes and we get like I give that like a 6 point, so somewhere between a 6.8 and a 7.5. I'd say. Let's split the difference. 7.15, 7.2. Sure, okay, that's like fine. In the context of the rest of this, it's like, why? It's like, yeah, okay, that's something that Ethan said that's overboard. You could just make like a clip compilation of every single thing that Ethan said that's like going overboard. It does not have to be like this, and you could probably make a decent video out of that. I'm pretty certain somebody else might have done so. No, I'm not gonna disparage Gokunaru's video like that. His video is actually very good. I like it. All right, let's keep going with the video. I'm pretty sure the rest of this is pretty bad, and there's only 1 or 2 other sections I really want to see. So if we don't get to them within like 5 minutes, I'm just gonna skip.
With the black students and.
I mean, why is it inspiring? Why is it inspiring?
Well, and it's the same thing, to bring it back to Hassan just because, but it kind of is the same thing. Like, I was thinking about going to Gaza until I found out it's dangerous. He's a total performative activist.
Yeah, Hassan did say that. Yeah, okay.
Doesn't give a single fuck about the cause.
It's been performed exquisitely. Harassing one person and seamlessly transitioning into harassing another one.
I still don't understand the harassment point.
For the past fucking year,
Also, that doesn't answer
I'm pretty sure they have a good idea of your feelings about Hassan.
It's like, I think there are a great deal many things that Hassan could also do that isn't visiting Gaza. He could sponsor a reporter, sponsor a YouTuber, go to a nearby safe city, go to like Egypt or something, and go to the nearby areas that have been affected but aren't like directly militarily violent. There are many things that Hassan could do. I don't necessarily agree even that that's performative. Because it probably is pretty dangerous to go there. But yeah, I that's just not the criticism that Ian's making. Ian's not even like, I don't get it. I must have like a 5 IQ because I am not understanding what Ian is saying.
Like, people like Anissa are the perfect example because she's friends with these people. She's friends with Denims. Denims is streaming this story about our kid
I'll show that, yeah.
getting Giarda from the dog, whatever.
I'm sorry. I'll accept this position from anyone except you guys.
Why?
You have laid the groundwork for this type of streaming, which is watching people's shit and giving your unfiltered reaction.
No way, dude. The Kleins did not start that. The person who started that, Idubbbz made a video about like a decade and a half ago. What was his name? Jinx? Something? It was this guy who would put on a video and he'd just like stare and laugh at it or go, ooh. Thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe down below. And that was it. And so many more people did it before Ethan, including Hassan.
Into it. Why would you expect Anissa, of all people, to say something to Denims? Okay, so by that logic, we should be saying shit to you guys all the time. But I have a feeling you guys wouldn't like if we said shit like that to you.
No, actually, they probably would. They probably would want some kind of communication. Because I imagine before this, they were just desperate to get communication. Whereas now, they don't.
You all the time. Yeah, we've been respecting you as independent content creators. You can do what you want. We'll treat you as adults.
I feel like I've just had a cigarette put out on my temple. Not interacting with somebody is called neglect, and that is not being an adult. It is being a bad person. 1. 2, it is not about being adults. It is about living in an ecosystem with other creators. It is about like collaborations and getting views and getting the most clout and maybe not getting the most money, but doing what you want in the process. And it's not about being adults. That is not a part of the conversation. Maturity is not a part of the conversation, except for maybe Ian, who learned empathy at 32. And maybe his friends who aren't even 30 and kind of like hang out in parties and have a lot of money and get by on their like looks or basic human appearance traits. Because like, you know, let's be honest. Ethan's not a model. He's getting there, but he's not a model. yet. I don't get it.
Maybe we shouldn't have been treating you as adults.
She could say so much, and it would make her a little bit uncomfortable, right? It's not comfortable. She'll get a little bit of shit.
Yeah, just for
But
saying
that would be commendable.
And by the way, it kind of speaks for itself that saying, hey, their house is claimed, they're, you know, they're actually good people, like that's going to get you shit. That kind of says it all, doesn't it?
There isn't a single person that I respect who would give a fuck if I publicly said that Ethan and Hila are great with their kids.
Okay, so then you don't respect H3. There, boom. You just answered it. He doesn't respect H3. He doesn't respect Ethan or Hila. Also, does that mean that he wouldn't sorry, gotta ban somebody. Does that also mean that he wouldn't respect Hassan? Because Hassan probably would care. He'd probably like start snubbing Ian if he was like nicer to H3.
Ethan and Hila didn't kill their dog, and Ethan and Hila wipe their asses or don't have giardia or whatever the fucking the prompt is.
I mean, obviously he doesn't respect them because that's very specifically what H3 asked for.
No one would care. The only person who would care is me, because I'm like, why did I tweet this out?
He's so self-centered. He is so self-serving, self-centered.
I'm not tweeting out because I'm not your fucking lapdog. That's why I'm not tweeting it out.
So this is all just an act of defiance against your dad? Is that what you're saying? That Ethan is in the same like position to you as an authority figure? Is that it? And this is just you like tearing at the leash? This is schizophrenic. This is actually like a deranged worldview that Ian has.
Out. I'm not saying it to my...
I don't even mean like being friends with Frogan, Hassan, and Denims or whatever. I think he actually has like a deranged worldview. Like, I wonder how they interact with him, or if they are just friends with Anissa, and then through them talk to Ian. I don't know. Maybe I'm being parasocial.
My audience, because I
You
don't
would
give a
like
fuck.
me when I'm
It's not my
parasocial.
business.
That's, in my opinion, doing something that's
Yes, it
difficult
does.
and
You would like me when I'm
standing by your
psychosocial,
principles. That's
bro.
the whole point. That's what makes standing by your principles admirable, is that it's not always
But Ian
easy.
doesn't have
Why are you
principles. He doesn't
saying
even
I'm
know
not
what a
standing
principle
up for my
is.
principles when you don't even know what they are? I get, like, we're a little bit past directly naming me, so we might have gone off on a tangent.
So he doesn't view giving children money. He doesn't view giving charity money as a strong principle. He thinks getting rich fast is better than giving charity. His principles change seemingly like every couple months because he wasn't going to do a content cop ever again because he thinks it encourages harassment. He's like, I'm not encouraging harassment by making this video. I'm not encouraging harassment, but you are, Ethan. So, you know, I have to direct a little bit towards you. This is deranged. This is psychotic.
If you maybe accepted the phone call and we talked about it, you could have asked me, hey,
I
what are your
think
principles?
I think H3 did talk about this, and he admitted some sort of fault on the podcast where he's like, I was having a rough day. I didn't want to take a phone call. I kind of just wanted appeasement at the time. And it's like, yeah, that might have been my fault. I think he said something like that. I could be wrong.
Principles. And I can tell you the way I've been behaving is exactly in line with my principles. Now we're going to talk about
we don't know
the
what your
BDS
principle
list.
is. Okay, I don't care about this. I have to go in a few minutes because I am a bad sleeper, believe it or not. So I'm pretty sure the rest of this video is kind of just repetition or like being a little more specific. I don't know where it is. Here?
for it. He immediately wanted to deflect, and he wanted to say that the button fucked him.
First of all, I appreciate the hard work.
Oh, yeah, this
And
is
I
one of
loved
the
it, and I
sections.
really enjoy it. But it's like every time we do it, it's like the show is what it is, and
I know.
it makes it.
I was being selfish.
No, dude, that button f***ed me, dude. Can you imagine that button f***ing me over like that?
The button fucked you? AB fucked you? Who fucked you? You fucked yourself by being an asshole. He makes it seem like he's not.
Wait, here it is.
Women being called that word, and so
And fuck all these people. Go ahead.
And I'm not yelling at you. I'm just.
Kelly is a black woman.
You know, Dan's in the bathroom.
The button didn't work.
Do this right now.
Listen to how he spoke to AB
Yeah,
without
okay, here we go.
thinking that the internet was going to hear it. It was rude, it was nasty, and it didn't have this caveat of like, I'm not mad at you. It was anger.
That's
and
the
it was
thing. That's what I was saying earlier. I think every single person in Idubbbz's life has to caveat every single fucking thing they have to say to him, or else he'll like snub them.
Called for.
Use they get
And so the only people he can talk to are either he has to talk to them through somebody he trusts, like Anissa, or they have to probably talk very calmly and caveat everything already by default, which I think is something I haven't watched that much Denims, but I think that's something she does.
We covered most of
We're
it.
doing it.
What are you
Making it so
doing?
awkward and terrible.
I'm sorry. I'm not.
Just like this is what I'm talking about when it's always like.
We need to get home for our kids.
It's like, bro.
Oh no, I didn't want to finish it right now. I just I'm about finishing Wednesday.
Friday, maybe. Is it?
You guys, like,
All right, I'm taking my hand off the.
ay, ay, ay.
What? Okay, well.
I heard all that.
Thanks, button.
And he didn't want to take accountability for it. He immediately
I-
wanted to deflect, and he wanted
Yeah?
to say that the
Did
button
he?
fucked
He
him.
deflected?
First of all, I appreciate the hard work.
I know you do.
And
I
I
know.
loved it, and I really enjoy it. But it's like every time we do it, it's like the show is what it is, and
I know.
it makes it.
I was being selfish.
No, dude, that button f***ed me, dude.
So we don't know the context for this. I'm pretty certain that this is like a video or something that AB either submitted or made, and they watched through most of it, and then, or at least some of it, and then they're like, all right, we got to move on because we're on a schedule. Like, I don't know. This comes off as a little harsh, but I don't think it comes across nearly as badly as Ian is describing. Because like if I had a boss talk to me like this, I'd be like, "Oh yeah, sir, sorry, boss. Back to it, Captain." Something like that. Like I wouldn't be like Idubbbz, where it's like, "You spoke to me that way. You talked." Oh, there goes my internet. You talked to me like a slave, and I'm not going to tolerate it anymore. That's not what happened. Ian, that is not what happened. Where did I like look? The only thing that I can think of is like that Ian, he has like a savior complex, I think that like half of this video is a savior complex for the H3 crew, where they're like,
God, they're being so mistreated by this rude, nasty old boss. And it's like, well, I don't know if it's like that, because they kind of disagree with him a lot, and they probably don't fight, but they do seem to disagree with him, and they can leave at any time, and he probably provides like a decent reference for them, and it's like, it's easy. I think it's just easy to imagine him, because he does button out so much. It's easy to imagine him going either way, of either being too nice or too mean. But I think I generally lean on the side of like, oh, he's like a YouTuber. He's had to do like crawl through a lot of YouTube sewage stuff. It's like, it's probably on the nicer end. He comes across like if he was mean, it'd be more out of like stress or stupidity than it would be out of like genuine anger.
Can you imagine that button f***ing me over like that?
The button fucked you? AB fucked you? Who fucked you? You fucked yourself by being an asshole. He makes it seem like he's not a tyrant of a boss.
We're doing it.
Is he a tyrant? Where's the whip?
Making it so awkward and terrible. I appreciate the hard work.
I know you do.
And I loved it, and I really enjoy it.
Dan
I mean,
his producer is constantly clarifying things on the air and making it clear that what Ethan said was a joke. Ethan is being...
I do have this with my friend. He basically acts as like a translator for me because I do think I have like a weird speaking mannerisms. And sometimes whenever I'm just like really focused on a game or something, or really just trying to do something, he will have to translate to like the rest of a group call about whatever I'm saying. Not like in a different language. I just mean like I can get very focused and speak in a weird way. And I think Ethan probably has the same thing where he's like, he has like a way of speaking that might come across as rude or unclear to a lot of people. And so it's good to have that kind of guy who's like, either here's what you really mean, or it's like, don't say that, that's really bad, or something like that. I don't think that's super unreasonable, especially when Ethan agrees with him after getting the pushback. Like, as far as from all the clips I've seen, like 50,
overly defensive,
not even 50, like
or he's
80%
saying
of the
things
time.
that are like not true and he's exaggerating.
People saw that. They thought that that was what you searched to pull up that photo. So I'm just clarifying.
Thank you for clarifying. I appreciate you doing that. God forbid.
It's okay because I buttoned it.
Why?
Because
it's not that big of a deal, man.
Just
Like,
your
how
inability to.
No. Hold on, Dan. How does it change anything? People knowing that we did it.
It's fun when it's a surprise.
Okay, well, tell
Well, you just asked how it changed
surprise
things.
them on your show.
Okay, all right.
You know, I understand that that's his role, and he's, you know, Ethan's made that his job, or Dan's made it his job. Ethan leans on it so heavily, in the same way that he leans on the button. Ethan is leaning on all of these people to be adults and look after his behavior and give all of this emotional and empathetic energy for Ethan, but Ethan refuses.
Wait, the button gives him empathetic energy? Also, the only other person that he's clarified that looks after him is Dan. So is Dan giving him his empathetic energy whenever he disagrees with him and says, do not say that? Also, empathy reference. Scratch that off your bingo. If you already had it. I think you said it twice already. This is just very poorly thought out. This is the thing. I don't know. I can say it till the sun comes up. I can say it till the cows come home. Ian is a child.
To give it back to them. Also,
Ian
let's
isn't
talk
mature.
about AB and Lena. Two
He's going through like second puberty right
Lebanese
now.
employees, and you just continue to talk about
He's
the conflict
striking out at YouTube,
like
Dad.
they don't exist. It would be nicer, a lot nicer, for you to shut the fuck up about it. You're allowed to do that.
Hezbollah in Syria alone killed double that much. All right, I'm going to move on. I just want to play Hassan talking about bad Empanada.
Ethan doesn't want to change, and he wants to bring the entire crew
He thought he
down
said
with
something
him.
controversial or something
Because
unnecessary.
he's putting them in this position every day, right? But it's more important that he
Probably
gets
not
this
every
shit
day,
off
no.
his chest. It's more important that he dumps.
You know, this is
We're all
podcast.
familiar with Goblin Mode. Well, Ethan debuted.
Oh god, I'm not doing this. Let's get to the therapist. I have to.
And, you know, we might learn a thing or two.
Xander! Probably get pretty low marks. Unlike.
Okay, so let's set up the context because I don't want to fucking go back. Ian flew out to this guy who gave one of Ethan's apologies like half a decade ago, I think. I don't know. It could have been like 2 years ago. I don't remember. A 10 out of 10 apology. So Ian flew out to this guy, Psychology in Seattle, to ask for an apology rating lowering.
Me, perfect score, 10. I said, hey, Lud, no big drama. Why are you such a spineless coward of a person? Now that you've inserted yourself and your girlfriend into this conversation.
I hear you. I hear your request. I understand it. I can understand where it's coming from. And I guess have a policy that when there is a grade for an apology, I am just grading that discreet apology as I see it without taking any consideration of prior or future behavior. If you're wanting me to comment on the overall behavior or the recent behavior from the clips that you have shown me, I believe that Ethan is a good person and that eventually he will feel sorrow and will feel sorry and will apologize, and I will be there to evaluate that apology when it happens, which I know it will.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Unfortunately, Kirk did not change his grade, but that's okay because this is the internet. Anyone can have their own official apology rating system. So I'm going to rate Ethan's apology a B-.
Do you want to show the apology, fucking dickhead? Do you want to show what his apology was? Also, yeah, I just wanted to clarify that because a lot of people, from what I saw on Twitter, actually thought that Psychology in Seattle was Ian's psychologist. Just not the case. First of all, context clues, guys. Second of all, why would he go to somebody? Why would he go to his own therapist to get Ethan's apology degraded? Literally degraded. I don't care about the rest of this. This is a bunch of the dudes apologizing. Here's Ian crying.
Be a couple online and see people attacking your partner, and it's like, okay, like if you come to their defense, if that doesn't partner,
let's get the full context.
I thought that was cool because I thought it was like he was fighting for free speech.
What's with your eyes?
I also see the dynamic of Ethan and Hila. I'm like, fuck, like it's really hard to be a couple online and see people attacking your partner, and it's like, okay, like
I got super sick on Tuesday. This isn't related at all. I got super sick on Tuesday. I had a situation where my eyes were watering, but were also incredibly dry. And I feel like my eyes did not look nearly as bad as Ian fucking sprinkling everywhere.
Like if you come to their defense, if that doesn't always help them, right? Sometimes that makes it worse for them.
And I have...
Wait. Okay, he's like a mess. Okay, so can you trust anything he says that he means? But did he just say that, like, coming to Ethan and Hila's defense would make it worse?
A couple online and see people attacking your partner, and it's like, okay, like if you come to their defense, if that doesn't always help them, right? Sometimes that makes it worse for them.
Oh, he's talking about whenever he defended Anissa and then started getting called a cock, isn't he?
I have been kind of slipping into a very unhealthy place where it's gotten worse and worse, and I get criticized more and more, and I get more defensive and more pulled up. A feeling of almost infallibility that I could take anything on.
This is from like 4 years ago. Isn't it? No. I'm trying to date the couch. Isn't this from like 2019?
It led me to make a lot of mistakes, and then when I was criticized for those mistakes, then I would act extremely defensive.
So this sounds... Yeah, so this isn't Fat Ethan, this is pre-Fat Ethan. Also, it sounds like he's saying that he's acknowledging his, like, personality flaws. Where's Ian acknowledging his personality flaws? Oh no, sorry. He's a diamond.
And nasty, and not really processing them in a healthy way.
Oh, I thought there'd be a jump scare. Yeah, okay, that sucked. That sucked cock and balls. Huge day for leftists who were edgy in 2017. So true. It's a wild how a bunch of washed-up American YouTubers made the Israel-Palestine crisis about themselves. So true, brother. Gotten 2 degrees and had 3 children. I've unlocked empathy. That's so true. They made me realize I'm not as chronically online as most people. I actually wouldn't say I'm super online. I don't really visit a lot of websites anymore that I used to. And it's mostly just getting it through other people's videos at this point. A lot of, like, drama news. It's like that, and I watched, like, some anime. I watched a boxing anime. It's really cool. You should watch it. It's called Hajime no Ippo. It's a great little boxing anime. It got us into... Well, it didn't get us into working out, but we got through the hardest parts of working out while watching it. Is this why we wanted to defund the police? All I'm getting from this so far is that Joji truly won. Thank you, Idubbbz, for hosting our high school reunion in your comment section. I would be surprised if Leafy came back with chin implants. Dude, Leafy's fucked up now.
Leafy has one, I think he has like 3 or 4 addictions. Just in terms of chemical contraptions. But he's also like a mad crypto trader. The commentary community will have their rents paid for months now. True, so fucking true. Actually, probably not. Actually, I'm not entirely certain. I have like a feeling that this is gonna hit 7 million views in like a couple days. And then everybody's gonna move on to the reverberations of this video. So it's like, okay, how does Hassan think about it? What is Destiny doing now? Hassan, Ethan, Destiny. Hassan, Ethan, Destiny. Hassan, Ethan, Destiny. And then, how does this affect Creator Clash? Oh no, somebody else got into a drama because they defended it. I think that has already happened. I think Frogan has like a couple reply gal videos. We might watch those next time. I haven't decided. We'll see. Okay, Idubbbz. Here's your big criticisms. If you skip to the end and you want to hear what your biggest problems are, here's what it is. 1, your criticisms are inaccurate, and the points you make through those criticisms are bad. You can have good points through bad targets, but you have neither. Your editing is terrible. Your flow from line to line is bad. Visually, I think it's good, except for that giant white follow button. And watching you makes my skin crawl now. So I never expected that. But I think that's gonna be it. Unless Idubbbz releases a content cop content cop Hassan. That would literally have to be what the next video is for this to be seen in any positive light that's not just like politically biased. The next video has to be Hassan Piker. I don't think it will be. I think Idubbbz is the commentary assassin. This is like, oh fuck, I'm so fucking cringe. We've been watching a show called Sakamoto, I think it's called the Great Sakamoto, Super Sakamoto, something like that. And it's about this assassin guy who leaves being an assassin to get fat and start a family. And that's what it feels like, except for Idubbbz is neither fat nor family. So instead, he just loses all of his skill as an assassin. He's horrible at this commentary stuff. Also, no promotion of Creator Clash. So not only is he a bad content creator, he's also a bad advertiser.